Welcome back. I had concerns that the 7:30 starts might run really late. The Edmonton-Anaheim game did end up going a bit later, but that's just because of all the punching. The punching made that game go a little bit later than it otherwise would have. Starting off with Tampa Bay and the Rangers, a game which had a little bit less punching. Vasilevsky versus Shesterkin in this one. Bolts press at 2 minutes. The Rangers press 3 minutes in. Brodzinski has a net feed. That's picked off. There's a near miss for Adam Fox. Puck's cleared out. Shots are 5-1 for the Rangers at 8 minutes. Desperate hockey, I thought, by New York early. I did. I thought they got into a really good start here. Jones has a wrister that's caught and held. Tampa presses at the half. There's a power play for New York. Hagel hits a post shorthanded, but on that rush, they end up drawing a penalty that makes it 12 seconds of 4-on-4. Then it becomes a power play for Tampa. And on their second shot, Tampa scores. It is a power play goal for Kucherov. Cross crease pass and in on a rush. Point and Gensel with the assists at 13:09. And then at 13:45, Gord with a backhand in close to make it 2-0. Gonsalves and Hedman with the assists. Then Tampa goes back to the power play and they score on this as well at 14:54. Point buries his own rebound from the doorstep. Gensel and Kucherov with the assists. It's 3-0 Tampa in less than 2 minutes of game time. And yeah, Lafreniere then got 10 minutes for yapping at the referee. And the referee had already told him to knock it off earlier in the period. So Lafreniere gets to sit for 10. He actually got sent to the locker room because there was less than 10 minutes left, obviously, in the period. But it shows the frustration of the Rangers. They're down 3-0 after one. Second period, early press by New York. Carrick has a turnover chance that's held. We then get a power play for the Rangers, and they score on it. Zibanejad goes in off his skate at 3:16, because Stone Cold said so. Panarin and JT Miller with the assists. The Bolts look to respond. The teams trade rushes. The Rangers press at 7 minutes. The Bolts press with 6.5 minutes left. Cooley has a shot that's held as the Rangers get some pressure with 1:48 left. The Rangers go on to the power play. Panarin fires one wide on the net drive. It's 3-1 for Tampa after 2. To start the third, Tampa Bay finishes the kill. There's an early press then by New York. Rempe has a rush chance that's saved. Lafreniere's denied. Vasilevsky holds there. The Bolts press at 5 minutes. Panarin has a wrister that's held. Sorelli's denied as Tampa gets some pressure. We then get a power play for Tampa. There's a shorthanded post for Zibanejad. That power play ends up being killed off. Then with 6 minutes left, another power play for Tampa, and they score on it at 15:40. It is a cross-crease pass and put in by Braden Point, Gensel, and Kucherov with the assists. The goalie pull then happens with 3:40 left because Rangers are down by 3, and then they're down by 4 at 17:18. Hagel hits the empty net from McDonough. The final score in this one, 5-1. Tampa Bay goes to 45-26-6 with the win. With the loss, the Rangers 36-34-7. Playoffs are tough now for the Rangers. Shots on net, 13-10 New York in the first, 18-5 New York in the second, 9-8 New York in the third. The final shots are actually 40-23 for the Rangers. Power plays, Tampa Bay 3 for 4, the Rangers 1 for 3. Teams with 40 shots have been losing a lot over the last week. The hits 25-3 for the Rangers because Tampa didn't feel like it. Vasilevsky 39 saves on 40 shots. Shesterkin saves 18 out of 22. So Vasilevsky has put up ridiculous numbers since the turn of the calendar. He, like the calendar year into 2025, he continues to put up absolutely ridiculous numbers. All right, next up, St. Louis and Winnipeg. And this was the big one, right? This is St. Louis on their 12-game winning streak. This is Winnipeg trying to show that they're going to finish first. They have to worry about Dallas being behind them. Hofer versus Hellebuck. Morrissey has a slapper that's held. Good forechecking by the Jets. The Blues press at 3.5 minutes. The Jets get some pressure at 6 minutes. Shots are 3-1 Winnipeg at 7 minutes. Things get pushy on a hold by Hofer. Shen to Thomas. That gets blocked off. Pressed by Winnipeg at 9 minutes. The Blues then get some pressure with 7 minutes left. Sandberg has a wrister that's held as the Jets are pushing, going for the lead. Both teams are blocking the net front pretty well, though. The Jets press with 2 minutes left, but it's 0-0 after 1. Second period, the Jets press at 1.5 minutes, and at 2:34, Barron scores on a net drive to open the scoring from Morrissey. So 1-0 Winnipeg. The Jets then press for another. Things get pushy on a hold by Hellebuck. Sandberg has a shot that's tipped wide. Shots are 4-3 for the Blues at 6 minutes. Then at 7:27, Buchnevich buries one from the doorstep to tie the game at 1. Thomas and Broberg with the assists. Blues then draw a power play. That becomes 4-on-4. Everything's killed off there. Blues press with 6 minutes left. Iafallo's denied the Blues rush. The Jets press with 2.5 minutes left. There's more pressure by the Jets to close it out, but it's 1-1 after 2. Third period, early press by the Blues. No shots on net, though, at 3 minutes. Power play for St. Louis. That's killed off. Fax is denied in close. Jets press at 6.5 minutes. Then at 7:05, Iafallo buries a rebound in close. Kyle Connor with the assist. The one thing with Iafallo, and I don't know how many times I've mentioned this in videos, I'm going to mention it again here. If anybody's familiar with the song I Want to Be a Cowboy by Boys Don't Cry, if you're not, go look up the video on YouTube. I'll wait. And I think Alex Iafallo looks a lot like the guy that sings that song. And the song gets stuck in my head every time he's on my TV screen. It's driven me nuts for years. The Blues look to respond. I'm telling you, go check it out. It's the same face. Shots are 5-1 for the Jets at 8.5 minutes. Tanev can't bury one in close. You won't hear that on Sportsnet. So Tanev can't bury one close. That puck is held. Iafallo has a rush chance. That save. Jets are giving the Blues very little room at this point in the game. There's a press by Winnipeg with 3 minutes left. The goalie pull happens with 2:02 left. With 1:44 left, the Blues call a timeout. And at 19:51, Lowry hits the empty net from Scheifele to make the final score 3-1 and avoid the chest magnet. It's a 3-1 win for the Jets. They go to 53-21-4 with the win. With the loss, St. Louis 43-29-7 on the season. Shots on net, 8-3 Winnipeg in the first, 8 apiece in the second, 10-4 Winnipeg in the third. They just smothered St. Louis all night. Final shots 26-15 for Winnipeg. The power play, St. Louis 0 for 2, Winnipeg 0 for 1. The hits 31-26 for St. Louis. Hofer 23 saves on 25 shots. He was good. Hellebuck 14 saves on 15 shots. Hellebuck was good. Was not busy. All right, next up. Oilers and Anaheim. This one had punching. A lot of punching. And yes, I'm going to say right off the hop before we get into this, the officials did not control this well. I would expect the league to have some words for the officials about how not controlled this was and how they could have kept things from escalating. Rodrigue versus Dostal. Gauthier has a rush chance that saved. We get an early Ducks power play. That becomes a 4-on-4 play. Terry has a 3-on-1 chance that's held. Shots are 3 apiece at 3.5 minutes. Everything gets killed off with those overlapping power plays. Teams trade turnovers. Gudis has a slapper that's kicked aside. The Ducks press with 8.5 minutes left. Wallman then has a shot that's held as the Oilers press. Bouchard has a net feed that's picked off. We get a power play for Edmonton. That's killed off, and within about 30 seconds after that, at 17:51, Henrique tips in a point shot by Wallman. Corey Perry with the other assist against his former team. It's 1-0 Edmonton. The Oilers then press in the final minute. They emerge from the first period with the 1-0 lead. Second period, the Oilers press at 1.5 minutes. At 2 minutes and 20 seconds, Gauthier buries a wrister. Nice pass by Leo Carlson, who continues to show how good he is. Ties the game at 1. We get a power play for Anaheim. Vetrano fires one wide from the slot. And that's as close as Anaheim got. Power play's killed off. No shots on net for Anaheim there. Oilers press at 6.5 minutes. The Ducks have a 2-on-1 that's broken up. And then at 7 minutes and 10 seconds, Cutter Gauthier gets the second of the second period. Hellison and Lundestrom with the assists. He buries this one on a net drive to make it 2-1 for Anaheim. Oilers press at 8.5 minutes. Gauthier has a rush chance that's saved as he's looking for the natural hat trick. Ducks press with 8 minutes left. The Oilers get some pressure with 6 minutes left. Podkolzin exits. His knee was kind of twisted there as he went down. I think he got hit by the puck before that too. Just comedy of errors, and I can say that because he did come back into the game. He should be fine. So the game's getting kind of chippy, and the game was getting chippy before this. They wanted a call on Gudis for I believe it was a cross-check that he put on Perry, which hurt Perry, and Perry exited for a bit. And so everybody wanted to punch everybody else. And it happened with 2.6 seconds left. There's all kinds of punching. The Oilers come out of that with a 4-minute power play, which the Ducks did not agree with. Cronin was really beside himself there. It's 2-1 Anaheim after 2. Third period, things get pushed in a hole by Dostal, and we start getting a parade to the penalty box. We end up with the Oilers with a 4-on-3 power play that becomes 4-on-4, and then it's going to be an Oilers 5-on-4 again. The referee is informed that he sucks, which I'm surprised it took them that long, honestly, to start saying something. Nurse has a wrister that's held. Everything gets killed off, and apparently there were no shots. So the Nurse wrister must have been during the 4-on-4, that brief 4-on-4, because there were no shots during the power play for the Oilers, during the 4-on-3, or during the 5-on-4 that followed. And then at 5:33 on a breakaway, Mason McTavish, filthy move, he scores. Zegers with the assist. Poor Rodrigue. Welcome to the NHL. And here's Cutter Gauthier twice. And here's McTavish. And all of these goals were really nice by Anaheim. It's a 3-1 lead. The Oilers press. They draw a power play. There's a post for Arvidsson during that power play. It is killed off. Jones is denied on a 2-on-1. Of course, Max Jones used to play for Anaheim, so he wanted a point against his former team. We get 2 minutes of 4-on-4. Then the goalie pull happens with 3:45 left. And at 16:29, Jeff Skinner tips one in to make this game a little bit closer at 3-2. The assist to Bouchard and Henrique. So you pull the goalie again. In the closing seconds, Bouchard hits the post. Other than that, it was the Lucas Dostal show. And the Ducks win this one 3-2. They go to 34-35-8 on the season. With the loss, the Oilers 44-28-5. And they really miss out on an opportunity to move up tonight. Shots on net, 14-6 Edmonton in the first, 9-7 Edmonton in the second. 26-8 in the third period. Final shots, 49-21. They had almost 50 shots and they lost the game. Power plays, Edmonton 0 for 6. That's the void left behind when you don't have Draisaitl or McDavid or Ekholm. The power plays for Anaheim 0 for 2. The hits, 16-10 for Edmonton. Considering how chippy and how punchy this game got, I'm surprised there weren't more hits. Rodrigue with 18 saves on 21 shots. Dostal, 47 saves on 49 shots. I checked. Apparently that's pretty good. All right, next up, Seattle and LA. So Decord versus Kemper. Danault's denied on a rush. The Kings press at a minute and a half, and in a minute 48, they get the lead. On a face-off win, Byfield tips one in. Burrows and Laferriere with the assists. So LA's up 1-0, as one might have expected. We get a power play for Seattle. That's killed off. Dunn has a shot after that's held by Kemper. Kings press at 5.5 minutes. The Kraken press at 7 minutes. Shots are 7-4 for the Kings with 9.5 minutes left. We get a power play for the Kings. That becomes an extended 5-on-3. Normally that's something to be concerned about, but Seattle kills that off. They clear it out after, so they survive that. Teams trade rushes. Moore has a wraparound that's saved, and then at 18:35, it's a cross-crease pass, and Beniers buries it. The assist to Alexiak and Kakko. Then with 51.1 seconds left, we get 2 minutes of 4-on-4, and during that 4-on-4, at 19:29, Brandon Montour scores. He makes it 2-1 for Seattle. The assist to Eberle and Stevenson. Looks like we might have a high-scoring game here. That would be false. Second period, early press by the Kings. Kraken press at 3 minutes. Shots are 1 apiece, 3.5 minutes in. We get a power play for the Kings. That's killed off. The Kings press after it's done. Tolvanen's denied on a breakaway. Kraken press with 8.5 minutes left. The shots are 8-6 for the Kraken with 3.5 minutes left. Kraken press with 3 minutes left, but they emerge from the second period still up 2-1. Second period, early press by the Kings. More pressure by the Kings at 3 minutes. Fogle has a shot that's held. What surprises me with this is the shots are 6-5 for the Kraken at 7.5 minutes. Not sure how, because it just felt like LA had the puck in Seattle zone a lot. They just weren't getting that much on the net. Post for Fogle, the Kings press. Kings are forcing turnovers in the Seattle end at this point as well. Kraken then press at the half. Alexiak takes a puck up high. That looked like it sucked, because it probably did. Kings press with 7.5 minutes left. The Kraken get pinned down a bit, but Decord making some nice saves to keep things 2-1. Shots are 9-8 for the Kings with 5.5 minutes left. The goalie pull happens with 2:10 left. The Kings can't tie it. Seattle holds on. They win this one 2-1, so the chess magnet's on the board. They go to 34-38-6 with the win. With the loss, the Kings 44-24-9. So they miss out on an opportunity to move further up on the Oilers and get closer to Vegas. Seattle did Vegas a favor, and so did Anaheim tonight. Shots on net, 11-8 LA in the first, 12-7 Seattle in the second, 11-8 LA in the third. Final shots 29-28 in favor of the Kings. Power plays 0 for 1 for Seattle, 0 for 3 for LA. Hits 23-18 for Seattle. Decord saves 28 out of 29. At the other end, Kemper saves 26 out of 28. All right, next up, and before I do this, I can kind of feel my mouth getting dry here. So before I do the last game, I'm not going to pause. It's late. I'm not going to pause. All right. So Calgary and San Jose. Here we go. Wolf versus Romanov. And Georgi Romanov impresses me more with each game. I think he has a legitimate chance to be one of the top 2 goalies for San Jose next year. I don't know if you go with Askarov and Romanov. I don't know if you go with 2 young goaltenders. but teams have done it in the past and it's worked. So we'll see. Early jump for San Jose. Shots are 2-0 in favor of the Sharks, 4 minutes in. Flames press at 4.5 minutes. The Sharks then get some pressure that next shift. So some good back and forth in this one. Press by San Jose at 6.5 minutes. Thrun has a screenshot that's blocked. Frost has a net drive that's blocked. So a lot of blocking going on there. Celebrini's denied and close. The teams trade rushes. The shots are 10-6 for San Jose with 7 minutes left. Flames press with 3.5 minutes left. Grundstrom gets denied from the slot. And then at 19:35, Will Smith buries one on a pass from behind the net. Kovalenko and Celebrini with the assists. So it's 1-0 San Jose after the first. Second period, early press by Calgary. Sharks press at 2.5 minutes. Kadri has a rush chance, that's saved. Shots are 2-0 for the Flames at 4 minutes. We get a power play for the Sharks. That's killed off. Ferraro has a wrister that's held. Shots are 5 apiece with 6.5 minutes left. So not a whole lot going on at this point in the game. Gregor is denied. Wolf holds. Frost has a one-timer that's saved. Sharks draw a power play. That's killed off. The Flames press in the final minute. But it's still 1-0 San Jose after 2. And I was pretty sure going into the third period of all 3 games, there was a chance all 3 of them would have chest magnets at the end of the night. I really did. Third period, early press by the Flames. Sharon Govich has a rush chance that's held. Shots are 3-0 Calgary at 4 minutes. The Flames came out and really did put that pressure on. Anderson has a point shot that's saved, and it looked like Romanov's working on a steal. Looked like Georgie's working on stealing himself a game here. But Pospisil gets shaken up. His arm, he got tangled up along the boards. Hopefully Pospisil's okay. But not long after, at 8 minutes and 12 seconds, Klapka, where is the offense coming? Where did we have an indication that Adam Klapka was going to be a key performer for Calgary down the stretch? He scores from Kadri and Ball. He buries a rebound on a rush. So suddenly it's 1-1. We then get a power play for Calgary, and at 11 minutes, they get the lead. It is Morgan Frost burying a power play goal to make it 2-1. And then at 15:30, on a San Jose turnover, Coronado says thanks, puts it in the net. All of a sudden, it's 3-1 for Calgary. Goalie pull happens with 3.5 minutes left. With 2:17 left, it becomes a 6-on-4 as Calgary takes a penalty, and San Jose scores during the 6-on-4. Will Smith gets the second goal of the game. It's a power play marker. Liljegren and Celebrini with the assists at 18 minutes. So Celebrini with a couple of assists, Smith with a couple of goals. The rookies are still producing. And this was a rebound he buries in close. They did pull the goalie again, but in the end, Calgary wins this one 3-2 to keep their faint playoff hopes alive. Both St. Louis and Edmonton lost. Calgary wins. They're still in it. They go to 37, 27, and 13 with the win. With the loss, San Jose 20, 47, and 10 on the season. Shots on net 18-8 San Jose in the first, 11-8 Calgary in the second, 13-5 Calgary in the third. The final shots 32-31 for the Flames. Power plays, Calgary scored on the only one they had. San Jose was 1 for 3. The hits, 33-21 for Calgary. Wolf saves 29 out of 31. Romanov saves 29 out of 32. So there you go. You're all caught up on tonight's action. Let me know your thoughts about tonight's games. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support as always. I will talk to you again soon.